What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys, where we talk about college football with real fans. I'm Devan. That's Melo. That's Brett. That's Brett. Dang it, man. I screwed it up. And that's B. Moses, man. I tried, dude. That's hard.
Boo.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight, man?
I'm doing magnificent, man. What's going on with y'all fellas, man?
Dude, living that dream, man. Living that dream, dude. Shout out everybody in the chat. Taco, Sean, Steven, Drink, Karis. I see Melo in the chat. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Doug Silla. Mean Green, Steely, all y'all, man. We appreciate you showing up again. We appreciate your support. Well, tonight, man, got a good show planned for you. We're going to start off with talking a little bit about when Will Howard, Jim Knowles, and Ryan Day had their press conferences and about a few interesting things that we heard them talk about there. I know the players had interviews today as well. I didn't watch those, but if anybody else watched them, we can surely give it a shot in talking about them. But fellas, yeah, they had the press conferences, and as B. Moses always says, dude, we love digging into them things, man. I love what you can glean out of those, listening to the coaches, seeing their opinions on things. What caught my ear was Jim Knowles, right? When he was talking about the defense and, how where they went wrong in Oregon was trying to match up too much, worried about that, not getting on the ball fast enough. So, one of the reporters asked about, well, how did you guys fix that? And what I found interesting was he said they kind of started from scratch and went back to the basics. And later on, a reporter said it kind of resembles his defense in Oklahoma State. And is he more comfortable doing that because it's what he did at Oklahoma State? And his response was, he told the reporter he was correct in saying that. So I just found that interesting that we might be seeing a defense shift more towards that style a little bit. And he described it like, doesn't mean everything has to change, but there's a lot of little things that go into this defense that a lot of people don't notice, but they're big changes on how they cover things. So what y'all's thoughts on what he had to say about that, B. Moses?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was confirmation. I mean, we've been hearing, of course, we got like an ongoing rumor mill of Larry Johnson and Jim Knowles in a celebrity death match. Am I aging myself for that?
I mean, we're around the same age. Devin probably doesn't know what that is.
Am I aging myself?
I just laughed to laugh. I don't know what you're talking about.
But go YouTube it, young fellas out there, young ladies. Go YouTube celebrity death match. It's hilarious. Anyway, yes. But so you got that element. But with that said, I think we all kind of figured there was something going on. Well, first of all, we know for a fact that after year one, giving up explosive plays, Ryan Day was like, yo, this has to stop. So it was dialed back. The pressure was dialed back, or the aggressiveness was dialed back after that first year. The stats went up real high, but the sacks and different things like that went low. So this year, things were rolling along fine until Oregon, and we got exposed a little bit. But to your point, Dev, he also touched on getting back to fundamentals and lining up properly, pre-snap and understanding those things. Very, very important, because if you're out of position out the gate, you're at a disadvantage, especially against a team like Oregon, who's tempo, speed, and has guys who can kill you. So to me, I feel like, yes, he was happy to say, hey, I'm comfortable with my bread and butter. But I also believe, to me, I was excited because not only is that happening, but we are kind of fine-tuning the fundamentals going down the stretch. Because, again, I'll say this last thing and I'll pass. I do not think all of a sudden Denzel Burke is just doo-doo. Okay, he had a bad game. He showed some bad technique. He was peeking in the backfield a little too long when he was belling as a corner and not respecting that speedy guy out there. Little stuff like that is correctable and coachable. He's a really good player, and I believe going down the stretch, we're going to see just that.
Brad, what you think, man?
I totally agree with P. Moses 1,000%, man. It ain't too much to add to what B. Mo said. That's the best way to say it, and that's what it is.
I mean, yeah, B. Moses just covered everything real. But I did like they asked Denzel Burke today about we haven't seen you since the Oregon game. So, like, what do you think happened? You're like, I had a bad game. Next question. Just that fast, and he moved on. But a lot of the players today were saying they kind of were overlooking Oregon. They were feeling themselves. They said they were listening to the outside noise and the hype, and they were believing it. And they said actually Oregon was probably good for them because it grounded them and made them realize, like, we got to come to play every time. So it was good.
You can be beat at any given time.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of the defense, B. Moses, I agree with you. He did bring that up, and you saw that a lot in the Oregon game. They were using tempo on him, and a lot of the times they just weren't set. And you saw Penn State try to use tempo on him a couple times, but they seemed a little more ready in that game. So, yeah, it was an awesome thing to hear. But, yeah, man, shout out Deetra. She came in the chat, man. So, speaking of, Denzel Burke, we kind of asked them about that when we did an interview, and they said business as usual, man. They just in there still grinding, doing their thing. I mean, it happens if you play sports in your life. I mean, I remember playing basketball and missing 5 layups in one game. And it's just like, what are you doing, dude? So it just happens. So if you play sports, you're going to have a bad day. But I was more interested in, like, the rebound, and one might say we didn't really see that in Nebraska, but we saw it in Penn State, by God. So I love it. So anybody else have anything that was said in the press conference that they want to talk about?
Yeah, you want to go ahead, Melo? Looks like you about to say something.
No, go ahead.
It was, it was actually quite a few things. I actually tweeted on a side note. It's funny how some tweets you just be like, oh, this is just a regular tweet, and then it blow up and be that got 1,000 likes. Like I tweeted about Ryan Day revealing or confirming that 5-star freshman Edric Houston is moving down to the 3 tech. Mm-hmm. Right. And to me, like, I'm watching the press conference and, I'm just, whatever, eating, look at my phone. And I hear them ask him, and he kind of like eases into it and explains him like, oh, for real? Like, he didn't announce it like, ladies and gentlemen, Edric Houston is moving to 3 tech. It was more of him explaining. And, the way he unfolded it was very fascinating. But I was just like, yo, that's significant. So we could kind of tell the projection was there with his size. You know what I'm saying? And his ability. So it wasn't shocking, but it was still like, yo, okay, this might help us down a stretch this season for depth. So I thought that was significant. Also, I won't go into details, but Hinsman, there was quite a, few questions about Hinsman. Ryan Day went into detail about what happened, because I know there's some conspiracy theorists out there that think he was just in trouble or whatever. They were trying to put their thumb on him. Maybe they did. Maybe Ryan Day lying, but he explained everything. The point is, it's great to see Hinsman emerge and go out there and ball. There was more, but I'm gonna stop right there.
Facts.
Amen. Yeah. When they started asking Edric that, you kind of wondered that, because you saw before this game, he came in at defensive tackle a few earlier times in the season as well. But I love Ryan Day's explanation. When the reporters asked if how did Edric receive that news, and Ryan Day said he gets the fact that, with your speed and agility out there on the edge, you can be a good edge rusher. But if you have that power to hold the point of attack and keep that speed and that quickness, you are now an elite defensive tackle. So, yeah, it just goes to, that was a big question that got answered. And B. Moses already brought up the other, big question that got answered. Are they going to keep Carson Hinsman in that starting role when Ryan Day said that they're going to do that? So, I'm glad to hear that. I don't know if any of y'all are or not, but I did have a little bit of nerves that they were going to try to switch that up for some reason. So what's y'all's thoughts about them keeping Carson Hinsman in the starting lineup for the foreseeable future? Melo.
I think that's the only option, really. I mean, Carson Hinsman basically just said, I'm here and I'm staying here. You're not going to be able to move me. He snatched and took that spot regardless. So now they're stuck with him. And I'm happy that they're stuck with him. It's only going to serve our run game better, our pass protection better, Will Howard better. So it's going to make us more lethal on offense. And I'm loving the fact that they're doing it.
The key word is utilizing. You got to utilize when you have a team like this to like it's a huge magnitude. You have to utilize the player to the best of the ability and to win games. And I'm speaking from a coach standpoint. You got to put the best 11 on offense and the best 11 on defense. It is what it is.
Yeah. They what was the other thing I was just about to bring up? Oh, did you guys like the awesome question that got asked if Jim Knowles heard Nick Saban's comments he made from 5 years ago, almost now? It's 2 weeks, but you know what I'm saying. You get the points.
Oh, yeah. About the antiquated defense.
Yeah, I just was like, dang, man, why are you asking that, bro? Like,
they asked Day the same thing.
What's the deal here? But yeah, that was interesting. I had one more thing. Oh yeah, so Tyleik Williams as well, of course, got asked about him. Coach said that he's fine day to day. They were going to see how he practiced. So
he actually addressed that today. He said Tyleik is trending to playing. He's going to more than likely play on Saturday. My thing is, if he needs that little break, let him have that break for this game.
Yes.
But if he's ready, if he's 100%, play him. But if not, just let him heal up. We don't.
I
you can let Edric and K-Max split those reps.
I think he came back too fast, to be honest.
Yeah.
He came back too fast.
Who came back too fast?
Tyleik Williams.
Okay.
He came back too fast. He could have healed himself. He went, that's just the pride and the ego and the competitiveness of a player. I done been there, done that. He of course he's NFL bound. You don't want to miss. You don't want to lose no credit, no ranking, no nothing when it comes to the NFL. And I like that. But if you want to last longer, you got to heal yourself to be 100%. So yeah.
Real quick, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, jump in whenever.
So, and to your point, Mr. Jackson, no, I'm gonna just call you Bread.
Go ahead, Calvin.
It's a balance between respect and the cool nickname. So Bread. All right. So to your point, I feel you. I can see him saying, "Man, I don't want to miss no games. This is going fast. This is my last year," and I get that. And then there's the balance of making sure you're good for the stretch run because he is a monster that we need in the playoffs and against scum. With that said, though, the good thing is, and look, I'm not counting the chickens before they hatch, but if we come out with intensity and execution early, we are going to smash Purdue. Okay? So that means that it could be potentially the best of both worlds, where if we go out there and handle business like we should, he'll be sitting before halftime anyway. So I think that's kind of the balance of that is like maybe he can still play, but not have a heavy load because of the opponent and how we come out and smack them early. That's the hope.
We want to use that as put him back in rhythm.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
When it comes to opponents like Purdue and Northwestern, that with 2 weeks in a row, let's get back into the rhythm because we got Indiana. That ain't no pushover. We still got to play football, and then we got a team more after that. So we got to play football. Period. But when it comes to like teams mediocre like Purdue and Northwestern, let's get back into the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, a few other little notables. Will Howard just kind of shows you his character and who this guy is. Walked out with that sweatshirt on, had it signed by a couple patients that he went to visit. So just shows you the type of leader that's leading this football team. Not only that, but the type of culture that Ryan Day has built in this program and the players that he brings in. Talking to Dietrich and them, you can just see and from things like Will Howard come up and doing that, the culture that's built there. So that's another thing people, it kind of hit me a little bit. Like when you get up there and say, let Day go, fire Day, he's got to do this, he's got to do that. But then you think about the culture that he's built there and the players that are coming out of there. It's like, dang, bro, that's an awesome thing to see in its own right as well. So another big plus on Day there. And then K-Mac, of course, we heard that they're going to get him on the field more. So a few more prayers for that. Hopefully those snap counts keep getting more and more and more. So
yes.
Any final thoughts on that? And we'll move into Purdue.
I think that K-Mac's definitely getting more snaps. They had him in the press conference today, talking to the media. So, I mean, they don't just do that for nothing. And another, a little fun fact, Jeremiah did say he stopped running. He like with the play design and the help over the top, that the safety help that was on him, he thought for sure Carnell Tate was getting the ball. And then he said he looked up and he saw the ball. So he tried to speed up and he just couldn't make a play, which is crazy that he burnt the double team. I didn't even realize it was a double team from the TV copy because they didn't really show that angle to see it. And he probably didn't realize he burnt the double team himself.
Yeah, but to add on to that, Melo, to add on to that play, what you talking about right now with JJ?
Yeah.
Remember in the previous game that Will Howard always underthrowed him.
Yeah.
But that play, he threw it out there.
Yeah.
And he matched his speed, and JJ underestimated the throw.
Ooh. So real quick, we can finish up with this real quick on that. That brings joy to my heart because they're still trying to click. It's like one extreme to the other. This team has not peaked y'all. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the next step then? Hit him in stride consistently. That's the next step. It's going to come. And real quick about Caden McDonald, I just watched his interview. Dude he's a fun kid. First of all, like watch his interview, man. Like he's got a great personality. But it's funny. He said that he saw Ohio State play when he was 6 or 7 years old against Virginia Tech, and he saw Braxton do that spin move. And then he said that's when he wanted to go there. I just posted on Twitter, and I was just thinking to myself, man, we picked up a lot of fans off of that 2014 season and that Braxton spin move alone. Real quick, shout out to Mr. Sanchez in the chat. I saw y'all's interview with the Sanchez family. Phenomenal job. Great interview. When y'all get a chance, make sure y'all watch that. Excellent work.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, that was a blast, man, for sure. They're amazing people to talk to.
K-Mac kind of got me a little hot, though. He's like, man, I'm from a small town. Dude, you from North Gwinnett. That's right down the street from me, literally. That ain't no small town. Come on, brother. Don't be doing that to us.
Compared to Atlanta?
Well, yeah, but we right next to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
That's like, 30 minutes, 35 minutes away from Atlanta?
Well, without traffic, if it's traffic, man.
Oh, yeah. Forget about it.
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know, B. Moses, to hit on one thing you brought up real fast, you know, you see these mistakes that are made in this game. And, you know, yeah, it's frustrating and whatnot. But I think for me, you know, you turn that around a little bit and you see that, like, look at the full potential of this team. You know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm about to ask y'all what you think. But, you know, even in that Penn State game, I would say the most we've seen out of the Buckeyes is about 70% of their potential. When everything is clicking on all cylinders, defense and offense, and no turnovers in the game. Let's start there. You know, so what do you guys think we've seen from the Buckeyes? You think 70? You think less than 70? You think more than 70? But B. Moses, what percentage you putting on it?
So you picking my brain now. I actually just said this to my guys earlier. I think 70% is fair. You can say 60, 70. It don't matter. The point is we haven't seen, you know, what do they say? The full functional Death Star, whatever the nerds say, the Star Wars nerds say. We ain't seen that yet. And earlier I was just talking to my guys about the comparison between this season and 2014, right? That's our last title.
Right.
People don't remember. They remember the highlights. Remember, y'all, we didn't start cooking until the end of the season. Like we had some struggles. We had some things that weren't like completely smooth. I remember that season like the back of my hand, I'm telling you. So with that said, to your point, Dev, we have not. We're about, I say 65 to 70% for real. And so I'm excited to see what's going to happen down the stretch as we really start clicking when Jelani Thurman, you know, like he gets the confidence to know, like, I ain't got to catch this 4 times to catch it. I'm going to catch it and I'm a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's coming, y'all. It's coming. We have not peaked, not even close. And I'm excited.
It's knocking. It's knocking at the door, fellas.
What about you, Brad?
Go to Brad.
I like I'm with B Moses. But I always stated that the team haven't reached their full potential yet, but it's coming. I think the start of it was against Penn State. Matter of fact, no, I'm wrong. Against Nebraska. Nebraska played us hard. Penn State played us hard, and we finished the deal at the end. They showed gratitude. They showed how physical they was. Of course, they still, trying to capitalize on mistakes and stuff like that, and in that nature. But I'm gonna get them 75%.
Okay.
At this moment.
For me, I'm going 60% because I haven't seen all three phases play spectacular game all at the same time, which is frightening if you're not a Buckeye fan, because once they click, it's going to be blowout season. I'm telling you. So I say 60%. I haven't seen the offense, defense, and special teams all on the same page, all at the same time. Even in Oregon, the defense was letting us down a little bit. The offense played well. Penn State, the defense was firing. The offense wasn't that well. And we got a couple of field goals, but we haven't had big kick returns yet at all in any game so far. So that's why I'm going with it.
Yeah. Well,
what about you, Dev? You got to answer the question too.
Bro, I started the question.
Oh, yeah. What did you say? I forgot your percentage. What was your percentage, 70, man? It's been a long day.
70, bro.
70? All right, you initiated a 70%. Go back.
I gotta clip that, make that a minute reel. That little exchange right there.
Hey, Melo, K-Mac threw you off there, man.
Man, I've been up since 3:30.
Golly, dude.
Remember I told you I had to go to work early.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. You were up late too. We were on live late last night too. Yeah. Hey, this stuff's addicting and it's a blast. YouTube. When I started this over at Ohio Pod, I had no idea whether I would like it or not. I love it. I have a blast on here, and a huge part of it, honestly, meeting new people like Kenyatta Sr, B Moses, like sitting here, and I met Melo.
The Sanchez's.
Yeah, dude. Like
that was awesome.
It's so cool. I didn't even go to college for this. You know what I mean? Like, check mark that too, dude. It's a blast, bro. It's just.
I was nervous the first one though.
Oh, there ain't no doubt, dude. Yeah, I was too. But it's awesome to see. But here we go on to Purdue, man. Yeah. Ryan Day said, "Don't play games with this team. Their record doesn't reflect the type of football they've been playing." He said they can score on their offense. So I like that mindset. You got some fans that are a little worried. We know that we have a little bit of history with Purdue and sometimes losing when we should not be losing. But I think that goes with any game. But I'm not on that train. I don't really have that fear. Why? Because we already lost this year. I think we already had that wake-up moment. But that's just on me. So I wanted to start there before we dive into offense and defense. What y'all's thoughts on this game? Are you nervous because we just won and we're on our high horse? Could we come crashing down? You think this team's about to come in firing on more cylinders than we saw last time? Brad, start us off.
We're going to beat they. We're going to beat they. Point blank.
I like it.
Who is the hell is Purdue with this team that's loaded like this? Man, Thanksgiving and Christmas coming very early for them people, man.
Yeah, but they got a running quarterback, though, dude.
And we got a defense. Come on. I'm ready for you, Dale. Come on. I'm ready. Come on. I'm with it, Dale. Come on.
Yeah, but they only lost to Illinois by 1 point, man, in overtime.
Illinois is not Ohio State, boss.
Okay, all right.
How you want to put this?
That's all I got, bro. I don't really have anything else. B Moses, you got something, man?
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule, man. They got smashed by Wisconsin. 52-6. 52-6.
Oh wow.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, look, I agree with Ryan Day that look, this is my my interpreter of Ryan Day. You know how you interpret what the coach is saying, interpret the coach speak. We need to go out there and put our foot on their neck immediately. All right. Do that. And we good. Like, because listen, they got some guys, if you just back there just chilling, whatever, not really playing hard, they can pop a few. Nah, it ain't gonna be none of that. I think this Penn State game was the activator. Going back to 2014,
Yeah.
The activator game, in my opinion, was at Michigan State when we avenged that loss from 2013. That game is kind of what started to make the team come together even more. It was like it took them to another level. This Penn State game is going to do that. And you can tell in the press conferences and even Ryan Day basically pushing back against the reporters like, yo, we talking Purdue. He even brought up Purdue and how they do this and that without the reporters asking. And the players have been pushing Purdue. I think they're very serious. I think they got the Nebraska game out of their system. The Penn State game gave them confidence. The brotherhood, all that stuff. Take over your trap is for real. Like them boys, I think they are locked in. Thank you, Robert Sony. And I don't know who you are, but God bless you. But anyway, yes, we're going to smash them boys, not because we're overlooking them, but because there's a shift that has occurred. I sound like a preacher now. Y'all don't hear me. Somebody tap your neighbor and say there's a shift in the atmosphere.
Continue preaching, boss. Continue preaching, boss.
Melo, where's this team at, dude? We coming out firing or what's up, dude?
You know my favorite line, BTA.
Yeah.
BTA.
Yeah.
Shout out Devan Sanchez out there. Yeah, it's gonna be bloody. It's gonna get ugly. The game be over before the second quarter even finishes. I think we're gonna get a lot of rotation because of it, a lot of rest for the starters. My question is, do they rotate the O-line or do they let them gel? And will they play Julian Sayin? What's the over-under Julian Sayin gets some burn this game?
That's a good question, but let's start with the offensive line there. Do they rotate as in, nah, bro, I think they'd leave a lot of the starters in for a long time. I mean, that's just that's my opinion based off of what we saw prior to in the games. They would have all second string in except for the offensive line. So unless they change their pattern up, I would say that they're going to give them a lot more experience in there. And the Julian Sayin, man, we might see him the last 1-2 snaps of the game. I don't know.
That's it. Just two snaps.
That's my opinion. Yeah. I think.
What about you, B. Moses and Brave? What y'all think? Does Julian Sayin get over or under 2 snaps?
No, he get over.
No, two series is what I meant.
Okay. That's a good switch up because I wanted to say, yeah.
That's my bad, bro. 2
but
series.
They got to blow these people out before they can get into the third quarter. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Once the starter do the first half damage, everything plays out in the second half. It don't matter how you put it. Let the guys play. Let them get their feet wet. Let them build their confidence. And the coaches continue coaching like they've been doing with the starters. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it should be no change. The only change they should be is the rotation and build up the other guy that's in the back that go come to the front and play football, man. That's all. That's the only way they're gonna be phenomenal, you know. And that's the part of the package. That's the part of the territory.
Yep.
Did B Moses go yet, or am I B Moses?
Oh, actually, no, I didn't. But I think. Well, the 2-part question. Number one, I don't think they're going to rotate the line. I think they're going to let them gel and play through the blowout, and then they're just going to put backups in. Mm-hmm. I think that's what they're going to do because at this point, you feel like you got something with this starting 5, but now they need more reps.
Yeah.
Especially Donnie Jackson out there at left tackle.
Right.
Getting used to the speed of the game on that island. Now, obviously, listen, no one for Purdue is going to be freaking Abdul Carter, but still, the reps of lining up against a speed rusher, and then they're just going to pull them out when it's 35-3 or whatever. That's what I think is going to happen. And I do think Sayin will get 2. He will get 2 series at the end of the game and take a knee victory formation.
I guarantee you, fellas, Donovan Jackson, that was his first time playing left tackle last week against a good defense of Penn State. And that number 11, he's an animal. He going to build off those 2 sacks. And whoever's in front of him this Saturday at noon, cancel Christmas, boss.
I agree. Abdul Carter is a top 5 defensive end in college football. So I agree with that.
That number 11 is an animal, boy. That's a man right there, boy.
Man, you see his first step, how quick he is?
Coach, listen. And
he got jets in his
sacks the whole game.
Yeah.
Donnie's
elite, man. Donnie is elite. Yeah. That showed me. I always thought Donnie was elite, but that just showed me he's on a whole nother level than even what I was thinking. To be able to do that on 1 week of practice.
Yes.
Yeah, made him a little money that game. There's no doubt about that. So let's dive deeper into the Purdue game a little bit. Y'all want to start offense or defense? Somebody say it.
It don't matter.
Offense.
All right, go for offense. Purdue ranked offense. They are the 111th ranked offense in the nation. They are. Hey man, bro, it ain't.
That laugh was timely.
Why
you leaning back like that?
Man, I try, bro. Listen, man. I practice reading that. I practice reading that not laughing, Brad. You just screwed up my practice, dude. But
listen, Jim Doman have a field day with these people, man.
Yeah, it gets better. It gets better. They have the 75th rushing attack in the nation, so watch out. And they also have the 112th ranked passing offense in the nation. The Buckeyes offense is the 28th passing, 34 rush, 14 total. So I don't know who wants to start on offense on what you're looking for out of our offense and what should we be careful for on their offense.
I'll start because I'm going to hop off here shortly. But for our offense, I want to see more continuity between the wide receivers and the quarterback. I want to see the O-line to continue what they finished at Penn State, continue that trend. And, man, I want to see some more pancake blocks from the running back because, man, I jump through the roof when I see that. So that's what I'm looking for the offense. But the main thing is the wide receivers and especially the tight ends, Jelani mainly, because if we could get Jelani thriving like he was in high school, oh, my God, this offense is going to another level. I just want to see that continuity building upon them.
I like that. I agree with you on that, Melo. And with this game, I need the tight ends to be more action figure, man. They need more action. They got to get it together, man. Everybody else together except for them. Even the O-line got it together with the downside of Simmons out for the season. And then Donovan Johnson came in and he's a complete ball player. I don't like superstars. I like ball players. Ball players, they rock with the whole team. Superstars are only for themselves. But this here, man, listen, offensive line, tight ends, that's all I'm worried about as far as offense. Running backs, quarterback, we're out, and the receiver's going to do their job regardless of what. It don't matter how you put it. It's the O-line and the tight ends that need to be consistent going forward.
B. Moses?
Yeah, all great stuff that y'all said. Yeah, I think I want to see, first of all, I love Will Howard. That's my guy. I'm a rock with him. I want to see him play a clean game. I don't want no picks. I don't want no head-scratching plays or nothing like that. For his sake, and I know he wants it as well, and I believe he's going to get there, I just want to see a clean – I mean, he's been really good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just been those little gaffes. This is like, I don't want none of that. I want just a clean game from Will Howard. Again, with the O-line, Melo, as you mentioned, I want to see the super counter rerun to be clean as it was when we first saw it. Remember a few weeks ago, we ran a super counter a few times and it was like 8 yards or a touchdown.
Yes.
It's been a little clunky. It's been a little bit cluttered. So with that new lineup, I want to see them successfully run that because if the blocking is right on that play and it's schemed up and Chip calls it in a timely fashion, it's a great play with our backs. So I want to see that. Defensively, I want to see more pressure. I want to see more sacks. I just want to see more momentum from the front seven with getting pressure. But mainly, of course, the elusive thing we've been chasing is getting pressure with your front four. I want to see JT and Sawyer and them boys get in there and get sacks without having to blitz Cody Simon.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can go on, but those are some things I'd say. Oh, and I want to see if Fielding has an opportunity to kick a field goal late when the second string stalls out, I want to see him make another field goal because I want to see more confidence with him. You could tell he was feeling his little skinny self. He was, he's a little scrawny dude out there. He was pumped up on that second field goal. He need a couple. He needs some freaking
Milk.
Five Guys or something like
He needs some milk.
Let's chip in and get this boy some Five Guys.
Oh, did you see his interview today?
I did not yet. I'm gonna circle back and
that
watch
dude
it.
was lit, bro. I want to see if he could make a 50. If we up, like, just go for a 50-yarder, even if it's first and 10.
Get that boy.
Send the special teams out and let him see if he can hit it.
Man, get Scrappy Dude's little confidence up, man. Get that up. If we can get him going consistently, I love that. Because we may need him, man. We may need him down the stretch. And I think against Oregon, we were a little afraid.
We gonna need him. We gonna need him.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, I don't know if we were confident in him against Oregon. That's why we were trying to get closer and use that timeout to stop the clock and get him well within his range. And I think the confidence with him building will be great for us down the stretch. So that's what I want to see.
Facts. I like that. Facts.
Hey, B. Moses, he didn't do just the offense. He did the defense, the special team. He skipped.
We
were that's all right. Hey, but now you got to. Now you not at all, but you just got to do it twice now, man. So you got to think of more stuff now. Yeah,
I got too hyped up.
Hey,
I got to ask all three of y'all a question real quick. I got two questions. One, why don't they go to the soccer team that's ranked number 1 in the country and grab one of those boys off that team? I guarantee you they hitting 50-yarders. 2, who do you guys believe Georgia has a better win against Texas, or do you think we had the better win against Penn State? And I know we're deviating from the topics, but I had to ask that because right now, as I'm talking, I'm arguing with dog post podcasters.
Y'all can go ahead since I just talked.
My answer to what that first
grab a soccer player off the team and let him come compete to be the field goal kicker.
Your guess is good as mine. That's on the coaches. So we're gonna leave that out the way. But the question number 2, that's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Because do we really know how good Texas is? Their best win is against the team up north, and we know they're trash.
Did
they play anybody else all season?
Did Texas won by 3 against Vanderbilt?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Penn State Ohio State game was better.
Yep. That's my sentiment.
Vandy ain't that bad though, man. Vandy ain't that bad.
But I totally agree.
But I still, I mean, I agree with you, Brad. The Ohio State Penn State game, for me, especially the way that it was handled at the end of the game and all that. And as far as the kicker thing, they said he trusts him. So, dude,
yeah,
I don't know. I was gonna go try out, but I suck at kicking, so I didn't do it.
Hey, I'm too old. My game is expired, fellas.
Well, we got we got somebody waiting to join us to get. Are you taking off, B. Moses?
No, I was going to answer the question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Nah, but real quick, the first one, soccer dudes, whatever. I don't know. Like Brad said, your guess is as good as mine. With that said, one thing I want to point out about the whole comparing, our wins. First of all, you could argue ours is better. I believe our defenses, Penn State and Ohio State defenses, are better than Texas and Georgia. Is it? Yeah, Georgia. So I mean, combined.
Wow. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So, but with that said, Ward Manuel, the chair of the committee, why is he the chair? The scum. Anyway, he confirmed that it wasn't just about comparing the wins, but they compared the losses, and they put Ohio State number 2 over Georgia number 3 because they said our loss to Oregon was better than their loss
to Bama.
So that's one thing I wanted to point out about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
Thank you for helping me, because now I'm gonna use all your points and I'm gonna use it on him now.
Hey, rock with
Melo, go bust it.
They know me very well. Trust.
Yo, shout out Ohio Pod in the chat, Eric. I'm assuming that's you. Much love, man. Glad to see you in here. Well, we got another a Buckeye boy team waiting in the lower half of the screen here. Melo's going to take off for the night. Melo, we appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, fellas. Thank you, chat, for being here. Love you guys. Keep God first. Remember that.
Amen,
boss.
All right,
everybody.
Later, fellas.
See you, Melo. Welcome the designer of the shirts, the dude in the background, the Cujo designer, the thumbnail dude, and the dude that made the fire intro video. Curse Designs, Tony. What up, Tony?
Thank you. What's up, man? I feel like I've made it. B. Moses is here. I feel like I've made it to the big time.
Yes, sir, dude. On the way up. So what's your thoughts on offense? What you trying to see from this Buckeye offense for Purdue?
More domination. Like the if we did that to Penn State, like this should be like playing a high school team at this point. Maybe not that bad, but I would expect like the offensive line to get even better, and the running backs to do what they do, and the wide receivers to bounce back, and Will Howard to, he had probably his worst game, which wasn't that horrible, but wasn't that great either. And I think he's gonna come out and we're gonna do good. We're just gonna kill it. We're not gonna have Urban Meyer's not the coach anymore. I don't think we're gonna have any weird disparaging 42-21 losses or anything. So
yeah, there's a part of me that wants to say I want to see the Buckeyes coming out, taking shots down the field, throwing the ball over the field, and having an exciting game, like a more exciting game in that regard. But that ain't going to happen, man. This is Chip Kelly, dude. So I believe we're going to see like an even running pass plays like we always do. They're not going to give up on the run. That's going to be better with this offensive line coming in. But I mean, dude, it's just so crazy talking about this team offensively and the potential they have, because I mean, look at our receivers, you know what I mean? Look at our 4 or 5 deep receivers, and look at our running backs. So it's like you could say our receivers are going to be open all night. And you can also say in another sense that our running backs are going to be able to run all over the place all night. So it's, kind of crazy in that regard. But I do expect them to take a couple shots downfield. I'd like to see them connect on those after watching the 2 that didn't happen this time. So I just think that's going to keep getting better and better as the season goes on. And yeah, dude, the rushing game and no turnovers, man. I just want to, that's just part of the game. Sometimes Ryan Day said that one interception he threw, man, that just happens if you're quarterback, bro. He got tricked a little bit. That Penn State usually does man. They did a little swap there and got him. So that just happens sometimes, but it would be nice to see a clean game and see what they could do with that. But going to the defensive side of the ball real quick. Wait, is that what we're on? Yeah. Penn State's defense. Brad, you're going to like this one, dude. Just straight face. Straight face. We can't laugh. Purdue's defense, they're ranked 120th overall, but they have the 121st rushing D.
Oh.
Yeah, but also they have the 103rd passing yards allowed on the season. So.
Oh, he's still my heart.
Yeah, that's, they'll get there. Buckeye defense, 8th on passing yards, 7th rushing defense, the 2nd ranked defense overall. So, defensive side of the ball, Brad, hit us with it, man. What you trying to see? You think we see a little bit of more Oklahoma State here? What's going on, dude? What's going on?
Listen, Jim knows got a little fire on them, but in the previous weeks, listen, they with the Nebraska and Penn State game, everybody was in position. That's the difference. That was the best I've seen our defense play with the previous game before. If they had to take that for the little bump in the shoulder and get out of my face with the coaches or whatever, hey, it was needed. Now everybody's on the same page now. And the last 2 games, the defense was on page. Everybody was communicating. And last week against Penn State, D-line was eating, linebackers had a field day, and DB were freelancing. The whole defense were playing football. Even the ones that came off the bench to come in the rotation, everybody played good. Our defense lights out. I like us big time.
Okay. B. Moses, round number 2. What you got for us now this time around for defense?
So, yeah, I mean, like we said earlier, with them, what's the word that No's used that can be kind of overemphasized? What's the word he used in the press conference? Not retool, but I forget the word.
Start from scratch?
Yeah, I mean, he might have said something like that. But
back to the basics?
Well, him and Day used a big word. I'm gonna have to look it up later and see what they said. But basically, what they kind of went into detail of what they meant by that. And like I said earlier, get back to the basics of make sure you're in position and pre-snap. Restructure. That's it. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Restructure. Now you hear that word and you think, oh, it's a total overhaul, but that's not what's happening. It's they just got back to some things to make sure that out the gate they're right, so that they can have more success, stopping the play. So anyway, like Brad said, we've been seeing that since Oregon. So now I want to see the next step of having even more confidence of dialing certain things up to force turnovers. Like, who I want to see? Caleb Downs get an interception, man. We gotta see Caleb Downs. He's been doing everything else, tackles for loss, blowing up screens, whatever. I want to see him get a pick. But I think with more pressure in our front four, getting more of a push and things like that, I think we can see more of that. So I think the next step is getting more turnovers and causing even more havoc with the restructuring and being confident from that.
Before you go, Tony, I'm going to add on to B. Moses. Listen, these teams not going to throw the ball deep against with a defensive back unit like that. So we're going to barely see them boys get an interception. We're going to see interception like what Davidson did, something like that. But just the balls in the air, we're not going to see it because everybody is good on that defense. So when you got a Caleb Downs and a Davidson and a Hancock and a Ransom, and then you got Burt who just got annihilated against Oregon, but he just redeemed himself, it's not going to happen, boss. It's not going to happen. So if it does, it is what it is.
Here's the other thing about that, though. Look at Caleb Downs on this field. Look at when they tried to throw it to Warren at Penn State. He's right there. So if you ask me, it's not going to be one of those deep ball interceptions. It's going to be Caleb Downs being in the nitty gritty of things, because he's been in the right space a lot. I mean, look at the fourth down stop. He was right there, So one of these times you put yourself in the area long enough, you sit in a barbershop long enough, you're going to get your hair cut. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
got to see it, man. Got to see it. Tony, thoughts on the Buckeyes defense?
I mean, I hope they look as good as they did at Penn State, and even better. You know what I'm saying? The linebacker thing still irks me some to no end, but I think Jim knows, like, the restructuring thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can use a million different words, revamped, whatever, like, and I think people think they're like rebuilding a baseball team from the ground up. It's not that. Like, it's more rejuvenated, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really pumped life back into what was like kind of a withering thing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, we took that shot at Oregon, and, in Nebraska, we looked just half dead. And I think Penn State really pumped it back up. And I want to see, like, a lot of the younger guys to keep getting in there, especially K-Mac, Kenyatta, you know what I'm saying? Like, and show people that, like, just like Carson Hinsman, like, they shouldn't be sitting on the bench. They should be out there doing work. That's what I need to see.
I got a question for you, Tony.
Yep.
Last week game against Penn State, how would you grade the linebackers?
Don't ask Tony that.
Don't ask me that.
I want to hear it. I got to hear it, Tony, for you, from me to you.
I mean, listen, like the linebackers as a whole?
Just the linebackers. Nobody, just the linebackers. In the Penn State game.
I would give them like a D, but but it's only because
you cold,
dragging that unit down to the ground. There's this giant anchor that somehow is up for an award, dragging people to the ground. That's all I got to say about it.
I got it, Tony. When you cold-blooded, Tony, you cold-blooded.
Man. I call it as a season.
All right, here we go. Buckeyes defense. So it was interesting to me, the press conference. Again, B. Moses said it before, dude. I love diving into these things, but something that really caught my ear was a lot of people wonder what went wrong in the Oregon game, And of course, you can break down the film and do all this stuff. But what Jim Knowles brought up, he said it in a way that he felt like they were trying to match up too much in the Oregon game. They were trying to be too worried about, getting over here and getting over there on certain, instead of just letting playmakers make plays, was kind of how I kind of took what he said. So, the restructuring of the defense, you see these loops on the defensive line. You see, and Ryan Day brought it up too, putting your best players in the best positions on the field to make the plays, kind of like the offensive side of the ball. So you see Caleb Downs starting to get more activated. You see Lathan Ransom out there making plays. And, I think when you watch the Penn State game, they tried to tempo us as well, because in Oregon, I'm telling you right now, that tempo game tore us to pieces. It tore us to pieces, man. I was there, and for several reasons. We weren't lined up, and also fourth quarter, drained, dead. Defense was so tired, but they still managed to stop them for a field goal. But that's what I'm looking for, man. Getting lined up quickly, getting in time, letting these players just play free, make plays. I think Nebraska game, you saw Dylan Raiola running up the middle of the field. Penn State game, you saw Aller running up the middle of the field. So that's the next step I'm looking for, right? I think we got down, stopping the run, getting a little more pressure. Our DB's playing some ball again. Our safety's kicking butt. Now, let's kind of get that figured out. I don't know. I'm not a defensive coordinator, but what is that? Putting a spy on him or something? Because watching the Purdue games, I watched a couple of them. That quarterback will take off and he'll run. I think that's one of their main things on offense is he'll do it, dude. He did it, against Illinois in the first half a bunch. So just something to keep an eye on there. But I expect the defense to absolutely dominate, and I pray that we see a lot of rotation, a lot more rotation. And I want to see Gabe Powers come in the game and play. Man, this dude's got a pick six, doesn't he? Doesn't he have a pick six?
Yeah.
I got a feeling Gabe Powers gonna play these next two games. I think he's gonna get on the field big time.
Dude, I hope
he
so.
Have to. He have to. Who is Purdue? Who is Northwestern? They got to get on the field, man. But at the end of the day, like I always say, it go back to the coaches. So, and I like Gabe Powers. Because he came in with my son. So,
nice.
I like him.
I would love to be a fly on the wall and learn the dynamic of what's going on with Gabe Powers. But, sometimes, bro, when they're family in there, keep things in-house, work it out yourself. Totally get that. But,
yes.
Yeah, man. So, overall, I got the chat there. We always do a shirt giveaway for score predictions. So, chat, it's that time. Light it up. Show us your score predictions. I'll go back, look in the chat later. We'll get a winner. So, Brad already came in with a score prediction of 56-6.
Right, but before you continue, I won last week now.
Yeah, Brad took home the cheese. He donated. He donated the shirt to the next best score. Ken Taco and Steve. Steve's actually on a roll. Yeah, Steve won Nebraska and Penn State. But we only sent Taco a shirt. Well, minus you, Brad, but I guessed 49-3. So those two were already taken. Tony, what's your score prediction?
49-7.
Okay. Hey, dude, I got to say something real fast. Every single game this year, I have guessed like 2 more touchdowns than we actually score. So I feel like we're going to score 35 points. But that's just me. That's just how it.
That's terrible.
Yeah, B Moses, you gonna hit us with one or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 52-10. They get a late touchdown on our third string defense.
52-10.
And a field goal in there. Brave man.
All right, let's see the chat here. We got a 63-3, 60-9, 42-10, 49-10. Didn't somebody just take that? No. 55-0. I like it, dude. Get the old shut up, bro. Oregon shut them out 35-0. They only scored 35 points on them, but still.
But Oregon don't got no defense.
Ooh. All righty. Well, there we go with that. I did want to hit, I think hitting special teams every single week gets a little bit old because it's kind of the same things, but I'm going to keep with what B. Moses said earlier. If we get a chance to kick a field goal, just make it. At this point in time in the season, no mistakes, no turnovers. If you got to make the field goal, right? So I'm not looking for no fancy trick play or punt returns. Of course, I would love it, but at this point in time, I'll accept a make field goal. So anybody got any amazing thoughts on our special teams?
I'm down with the kicker, but everything else is trash. Kick return scheme trash. Punt return scheme trash. It's no scheme, bro. How he's going to return if it's no scheme, bro? They look like they playing chicken scrapple, like with their heads cut off, like one go this way, like they look like many robots out there. Y'all remember the
little vibrating game?
There you go, Tony. There you go, Tony. Tony, my man. He know what I'm talking
Everybody
about.
just going everywhere.
That's what they look like on special teams. I'm down with the kicking over.
Shoot, we forgot to get Melo's score prediction before he left. Melo, put that thing in the chat, dude.
Right.
He didn't give it. Hey, before we get out of here, I got to get the 2 offensive players of the game, 2 defensive players of the game predictions. Tony, you can start. We can pick the same ones if you want. If you want to be boring, you can pick the same ones, somebody else.
Let's see. I'm gonna go JJ on offense and Will Howard. Just stereotypical right down the middle. JJ to Will. And defense, I don't know, man. Let's go Caleb Downs and just like because Kenyatta looked awesome last week. Kenyatta, I hope he gets a bunch of playing time and kills it.
My man, B. Moses, what you thinking, man?
You stole mine, Tony.
Tony,
how dare I?
Now you gotta send me that hoodie now so I can rock it and pretend it's always been mine.
Loves it.
I'm gonna go with Lathan Ransom. I'm gonna go with Ransom on defense, and then I'm gonna go with Caden Curry coming in, getting a strip sack or something phenomenal like that. Offensively, I'm gonna go Henderson. It's been a few games since Henderson's popped one. Y'all realize that?
Yeah.
It's time. It's going to happen this Saturday. So Henderson will have over 100 yards. And then I'm going to go Will Howard playing a nice, efficient game. He's going to be something like, I don't know, 17 for 20 or something, 3 touchdowns, over 250 yards. It's going to be that type of game.
Okay.
Our D-line's going to eat buffet style. Whole full quarter. I'm going with the whole defensive line unit, rotation and all.
The whole defensive line.
Whole defensive line.
That's kind of cheating, but we'll allow it. We will allow it. Okay. But because I'm only going to allow it because I'm just going to pick the whole defense. So I got you. No, I'm just joking.
There you go.
Got two offensive players, Brad.
Good one. Well, he's automatic quarterback. Oh man, good one. I'm going with the running back, man. I'm going with Trey Hand. Will Howard and Trey Hand.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm going to go Cody Simon on defense. And, bro, Jordan Hancock's coming out with another interception, bro. Watch him do work. So, Cody Simon, Jordan Hancock on offense. Carson Hinsman is one of them. I expect him to come out there and ball out again and just keep growing that aura around him. And then do Carnell Tate, like I said last, he's becoming one of my favorite receivers on the Buckeyes. I don't know, man. If you get time to go back and watch the film, watch what the dude does off the ball. He gets open a lot, man. He got open more than any other receiver on Penn State, and that happens in a lot of the games. The dude is always getting open, blocking, giving his all, and he's dynamic after the catch as well. So, Carnell Tate, man, like him a lot. But other than that, fellas, I think that'll do it, unless anybody's got any final words of the day. Tony.
Just because I'm still president of the Arvell Reese fan club, Arvell Reese gets an honorable mention in that list for me, too, because I'm obligated to.
Okay. Old Arvell Reese.
Fundamental. Number 2, do it your heart. Number 3, have fun.
B. Moses, what nuggets you got for us? What life nuggets, man? Hit us with something hard, dude.
I have no life nuggets right now. Like Melo said, it's been a long day for me too. So the wittiness is not firing right now. But I'll say this real quick, Brad. I was rewatching the game, and your son did an excellent job cleaning up a sack that JT almost allowed to get away from him.
Yes.
Your son jumped on him and made. I don't know, Aller, man, is he tough to bring down? Like he was getting away a couple times. It's like, man, this dude ain't elusive. Does he weigh 300 pounds? But either way, kudos to your son for cleaning that up. That was a huge sack in that situation. But that's it. That's all I got.
No. Nah, dude, chat wants us to have one more thing. What would you rather do, dot the I or be in the locker room, Brad?
I'm a parent. I want to send him to bleachers.
Nah, bro, you got locker room. Dot the I or locker room. Said Brad taking the locker room. Be Moses.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
hold on. Are the players in the locker room? Don't get us with this stuff, man.
Right. Just gonna be standing there like the Fresh Prince on the last episode, looking around the living room. I'm gonna go with dot and I because there's only a handful of people who have ever done it. So there's been lots of people, recruits and different people in the locker room. I know it's awesome, especially against scum, but give me the dot the I.
Tony.
I agree with B. Moses. Like, there's a lot of people in that locker room, and like, you know, it gets filmed half the time. Like, I know there's a whole handful of people that have only dotted the I, but like, I just want to stand in front of 110,000 people and be the center of attention for 10 seconds just to feel that feeling, like, and do it for the school that we love. Like, I would die.
Yeah,
I'm going with the locker room.
Okay.
Contrarian.
Hey, go against the field.
Hey, Eric, Pod's going to hate my answer, but I personally, I'm dotting the I, and then I'm going in the locker room. If I'm dotting the I, I'm walking right in the locker room when I'm done. So that's just what that is.
Well, yeah,
sorry, man.
Fair enough. At that point, you can do whatever you want.
This is what it is, dude. If they're going to let me dot the I, they're going to let me go in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Or power at that point.
Yeah. Yo, Buckeye Nation, get pumped, dude. We back at it, dude. Took down the number 3 team in the nation. Looked a little rough for Nebraska. Lost by 1 point in Austin Stadium. We're the number 2 rated team in the nation. Ranked or rated? No, rated. I don't know. Whatever. We're number 2, 5th seed, dude. So here we are, man. Buckeyes are going to be playing their full potential at the perfect time of the year in the playoffs. Big Ten, scum time, scum going down. Don't forget about our November 29th scum rant. Everybody on the screen is going to be on that show, dude, joining us, talking a little trash to them. We got a couple scum people coming on and talking. I am not too excited about that, but I'm going to push through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to push through it. So we still here, man. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. We'll comment back. If you want to come on the channel, the Buckeye Boys with 3 Z's at gmail.com. We love y'all. We appreciate the support. Share us on X. Get us out there, man. This is Fan Channel. On that note, go Buckeyes. OH.
Ayo.